My next guest, you know who he is, Linton Vassell. He's going to return at Bellator 218 on March 22nd. Linton, how are you, man?
I'm good. I'm good, man. Last doing me well.
That's good. It's great to hear, and we're glad to see you back. Of course, we haven't seen you since May of last year. I think the big question everyone wants to know is why the layoff, why the time off?
Just Bellator. Waiting for Bellator to sign me up. They said I had a fight coming up in October. Things just didn't happen some reason. So now they actually matched me up for March 22nd. We're finally gonna get back in there.
Yeah, and I think the other news too is that you're moving up to heavyweight for this fight. What brought you to that decision to move up a weight class?
A few things actually. My last fight against Phil, the weight cut was a little bit harder than usual. Win or lose, I said I'm gonna move up. So obviously it didn't go my way. So I thought, you know what, it's definitely a time to bump up and move up to heavyweight. Right now I'm about 113 kilos. I was walking around about 105, and that was because I was dieting all the time. I like heavyweight, so now it's just eat, train normally, and the weight just piled on.
How different has this training camp been with the fact you don't have to cut much weight and you can focus more on the fight itself and the matchup?
So much better, so much better. I haven't got to worry about waking up, weighing myself, and be like, oh, I need to go for a run. I can't eat this, I can't eat that. So yeah, life's been good. Going to bed with a full belly definitely is a good blessing.
Do you feel like the timing of this is pretty good too? Because we saw Vitaly Minakov lose. Looks like Congo and Bader might be next, but there's an opening here. It looks like I know there's a lot of heavyweights signed, but you look at your record and the guys that you fought. Do you see this as a great opportunity to get a fast track to a title shot?
Perfect time. I felt like I fought most of the people at light heavyweight. So yeah, now it's time to bump up. I'm not getting any younger now. I'm 35, so it sort of makes sense. Why put my body through all that hard work of cutting the weight and stressing myself out, where I can eat what I like and fight out of my natural weight class and be healthy. Going to bed, not dying because I've got to not eat this, or I've got to go for a 2-3 mile run the night before. That's definitely a good thing to know I haven't got to do that no more.
Having gone through this experience of not having to cut the extra weight, does part of you wish you would have moved up a little bit sooner?
Yes, but I feel like it's life lessons. I won't take nothing away what I did. I felt like I had a good run at light heavyweight. So I'm more excited to see what I can do at heavyweight, considering what at light heavyweight and doing what I had to do, cut weight and so on. So I haven't got to do that now. So I'm looking forward to just getting in there, my natural weight class, and actually smashing some people up.
You referenced your last fight against Phil Davis, obviously a high-level opponent. What did you take away from that loss that you can bring into this fight?
Oh yeah, you definitely take a lot of losses, not losses, a lot of things away from the fight. One of the things was definitely move up and fight at my normal weight, because I don't like feeling like that going into not any fight, but in a training camp. You know what I mean? I want to have a training camp where I haven't got to worry about anything, about cutting weight or what I can eat, what I can't, and just train and just focus on the fight.
And let's talk about your opponent here, Valentin Moldavsky. He's got that 7-1 record. What do you know about him? How do you feel like you match up against him?
I feel like I match up well with him. He's got a good sambo background. He's a powerful hitter, powerful guy. But I feel like the tools I bring beats everything that he has to bring to the table. I really do. I feel like I'm stronger, more powerful, reach. I've got the experience on him as well. And taking it away from him, I just feel like I'm a bad matchup for him.
I was going to ask you about the experience because he has that sambo background, but in MMA, only 8 pro fights. You've got a lot more than that. Do you feel like if the fight gets into deep waters, that experience will shine? Having been put in more scenarios in mixed martial arts.
Oh, definitely. And again, I know he's a sambo champion, but we're doing MMA. So it's going to be kicks, punches, all of that type of stuff. And my bread and butter is the ground. So if you want to take it to the ground or whatever, I feel comfortable and I'm going to beat him wherever we go. I really do feel like this is the perfect matchup.
And one of the other big benefits you have is, being able to train at Hard Knocks. You have so many good training partners. Who have been some of the guys that have been pushing you for this camp?
So I've been working with Victor Pesta, Marcel Fortune, Steve Marry. No, sorry, not Steve Marry, but I'll mention his name anyway because I was training with him. I was training with him for his fight, but then obviously, he had his fight and then hasn't been able to train as much. But yeah, so I've been training with some killers for this fight, and you know what I mean. I'm really ready to put on a performance.
How much of a boost was it to the team to see Kamaru Usman win the welterweight title a few weeks back? Because that was just a great moment. I'm sure for your team, just all the hard work paying off.
Seriously, it was most motivational. Seriously, just watching him do what he did, I was like, that's what I'm gonna do. That's what I dominate. Really, it really was good. I had him winning the fight, obviously, anyway, but to see the way he did it was very, very impressive.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. On that same note, who's going to be in your corner for this fight?
So I've got Greg Jones and I've got Sean Soriano.
Yeah, Sean has been, I noticed he's been in a lot of fighters' corners. He's a former UFC fighter. I know he competes for CES now. How good of an asset is he in the corner? Because I see him with all your teammates. He was just in London this past weekend with Danny Henry. Or Danny Roberts, sorry, not Danny Henry, yes.
I know who you meant. He's a blessing, seriously. I've been hitting mitts with him as well. He really has upped my game. So I'm looking forward. This is going to be the first time he's been in my corner, but he's been helping me in training when we're sparring and stuff. I can hear him in the corner saying things. So I'm really looking forward to having my first corner man with Sean, should I say.
How do you see this fight unfolding on March 22nd?
Oh, TKO knockout, second round.
Okay, I like that. No hesitation. You're just like, yeah, this is how it's going.
I've been thinking about it in my head. That's exactly the way it's going to go. I feel like I'm going to be too much for him. I really do.
Okay. As far as what's next after this, not looking past your opponent, but like I did mention, the heavyweight division a little bit wide open. Is there anyone you're eyeing in that division, in terms of a potential opponent? Maybe not next fight, but down the line for sure.
All of them, seriously, one by one. Seriously, no one has to go. So, again, it's Valentin first. So I'm not going to look past him. His first. He's the only one I'm looking forward to, and then obviously we'll talk about that as soon as I've got the victory.
Okay, that sounds good. We're seeing a lot of fighters, make that transition to pro wrestling. Is there ever a chance we'd see you dip your toe in that after your career's done?
Hey, money's right, and not lying. As a kid, and even now, I still do watch it. So it has been one of those, life goals. Not life goals, say like a dream to be a pro wrestler. So if I've got the call from WWE, I'll jump on that.
Okay. Who was your favorite pro wrestler growing up?
So I was a Warrior fan, then Stone Cold, and I like Brock Lesnar as well. They're my boys. And Goldberg, can't miss Goldberg now.
That's like a good entourage right there. Like if you had to go somewhere, and I mean you're a pretty big guy yourself, but if you needed some backup, that would be a solid crew.
That's the type of guy I would be.
Yeah, exactly. Last question before I let you go. What is downtime looking like right now? I mean, obviously you're getting out there enjoying the sunshine, but any Netflix, any TV getting you through camp right now? Any video games?
I'm rewatching Game of Thrones again.
Of course, yeah, with the season coming up. Yep.
I've been rewatching it again, and obviously it's crazy how much stuff I actually missed. Maybe because on my phone or whatever, but it all comes together now. We just came back from the beach, so yeah, just chilling, doing what I love to do, really. We were on the speedboat last week, so living life and enjoying it.
Well, I won't keep you from that life. Obviously, you still got the rest of the day here, but it is going to be Bellator 218 coming up here March 22nd. Linton, it was great getting a chance to catch up with you again, man. Just remind people where they can find you on social media, and if you have any sponsors or shout-outs, the floor is yours.
Yeah, of course. You can follow me on Instagram on LDV_The Swarm. Also Twitter, the same name. Sponsorships. So Muscle Farm, Headblade, Parker Beaumont, the 86ers, Vassell's Beauty, Hayabusa, Gordon Nutrition. So I'd like to say big shout out and thank you very much for all your help, all your followers, all my fans, everyone. One love.